Vladimir Tatlin. Corner counter-relief. Tatlin created corner counter-relief during a pivotal period in Russian art history, when artists were moving away from representational painting and exploring new forms that engaged with space, materials, and modern industry. This work is part of his larger series of counter-reliefs, which he developed between 1914 and 1917. The composition is currently housed in the State Russian Museum, St. Petersburg. At the time, Tatlin was deeply influenced by Cubism and Futurism, having visited Paris in 1913, where he studied Picasso's constructed sculptures. The artist incorporated the industrial and functionalist spirit of post-revolutionary Russia into his work, rather than adopting Western artistic trends. Corner counter-relief is significant because it challenged traditional ideas of sculpture. Instead of being a freestanding object placed on a pedestal, it was designed to be suspended in a corner, engaging directly with the architecture of the space. This radical innovation rejected the traditional separation between art and environment, emphasizing movement, dynamism, and spatial integration. Unlike traditional sculptures made of bronze or stone, corner counter-relief consists of industrial materials such as metal, copper, iron, or steel wires, wood and rope. These materials were arranged in a way that created tension and balance, with the wires stretched diagonally across the space, interacting dynamically with the corner where it was installed. The composition features intersecting planes, taut lines, and suspended forms, emphasizing movement and structural harmony. The term counter-relief suggests that the work was intended as a response, or counter, to traditional relief sculptures, which were typically attached to flat surfaces like walls. Tatlin's counter-reliefs projected into space, making them interactive and engaging. The artwork was not just an artistic experiment, it was a radical statement about the role of art in society. It aligned with the principles of Constructivism, a movement that emerged after the Russian Revolution, which sought to merge art with industrial production and practical design. The composition is purely non-representational, focusing on real materials and their physical properties rather than imitating nature or narrative themes. Unlike traditional paintings or sculptures that exist as separate objects, this piece is fully integrated into its environment, reflecting a new way of thinking about art. By using everyday industrial materials, Tatlin emphasized function and structure over aesthetic decoration, advocating for the idea that art should be useful and embedded in daily life. Corner counter-relief was a foundational work in the development of modern sculpture, influencing generations of artists, including constructivist artists like Alexander Rodchenko and El Lissitzky, who further explored the relationship between art, technology, and space. Minimalist and conceptual artists in the 20th century, who embraced Tatlin's emphasis on materials, structure, and site-specific installation. Modern architecture and design, which absorbed Tatlin's ideas about integrating form, function, and industrial materials. Although many of Tatlin's original counter-reliefs were lost or destroyed, their impact endures in contemporary art and architecture. Vladimir Tatlin's corner counter-relief is one of the most innovative and influential works of early 20th century avant-garde art. By rejecting traditional sculptural forms and embracing industrial materials, Tatlin reimagined the role of art in relation to space, movement, and modern technology. His work laid the groundwork for constructivism and continues to inspire artists and architects today.